Hey there, and welcome to another instructional video. If you've read the title, it's going to be a bit of a spoiler, but I still wanted to present this hand as a defensive problem first so that you can learn what to look for in these types of situations if they arise at the table. And as you'll find out, these positions are very complicated. Even for expert players, they will get them wrong all the time in practice. So here's the hand from the recent Puerto Vallarta regional that I played in Mexico just last week. This one diamond opening bid is completely standard for your partnership. You open all 11 counts regardless of how bad they are. So very natural one diamond bid. Your partner bids 2 clubs, game forcing. It goes 3 hearts, preemptive, on your right here by West. Pass, pass. Your partner reopens with double, and this passes out. We'll talk about the auction once I reveal the full deal a little bit, but everyone's choices were very sensible on this deal from all 4 players at the table. And while you might have ended up in a different spot yourself, for example, you could bid 3 no trump on this hand with the heart stopper at any point, or even 3 spades if you wanted to pass the buck to your partner. No one did anything all that unreasonable in the auction. Well, what do you lead at trick 1? There's a case to be made for almost any suit. I mean, probably not a heart from King Doubleton, but diamonds, you have a diamond holding that maybe partner on this auction could be short in diamonds. So look to give partner a diamond ruff if they have ace and 1, for example. Maybe you should lead your king, queen of spades holding, your strongest suit. Maybe you should lead partner's club suit. All suits are reasonable. Suppose you choose to lead the jack of diamonds, which is what happened at the table. Dummy hits like this, a bit of a shock, but you might still have some decent chances to beat the contract. And one of the things that you want to be thinking about as these hands play out, as with every bridge hand when you're defending, what's the distribution around the table? What are everyone's shapes? Where are the missing high cards, etc.? Well, you'll have to wait just a second to find out a bit more information because Declare quickly scoops up the first trick with the diamond ace. Your partner follows with the 7. Declare follows to this trick. And then Declare, maybe to your surprise a little bit, elects to lead a spade from the dummy. Your partner follows with the 6. Declare plays the 10, and you win the queen. So let's pause now to take stock about what's going on this deal. Well, if Declare had losers to discard on dummy's diamonds, they probably would have done it immediately. It's possible Declare has the ace of spades and is trying to duck a spade to get a spade ruff. I mean, obviously they're trying to get a spade ruff, but it's a lot more likely that your partner has that card. Just given the preempt and the fact that your right-hand opponent probably has some pretty good hearts over there. So we can be relatively confident that Declare has at least 3 spades. They probably have 7 hearts for this 3-heart bid, but they could only have 6. They have to have the Doubleton diamond. So partner is getting a diamond ruff on this next trick that we can give to them. And then the rest of their shape depends on how many hearts and how many spades they have. If Declare happens to have 3 spades and 7 hearts, then they're going to have a singleton club. Hopefully partner has the ace in that case. And otherwise, Declare could even have 4 spades and 7 hearts, in which case they'll have a club void. Well, that would be pretty bad news, but hopefully that's not what's going on. Either way, it seems very natural to give partner a diamond ruff. Our hope at that point is that partner will return a trump. And then, once again, our hope is that partner has the ace of spades so we can get in on the second round of spades, pull dummy's trump, maybe switch to the club queen at that point, or just play black suits, and we're going to get however many black suit cards that we're going to take from there. Seems pretty simple, right? So, we give partner a diamond ruff. We lead back the 10 of diamonds just because, I mean, for one thing, it is suit preference for spades, but additionally, we want pin Declare's 9 Doubleton. So the 10 of diamonds comes back, partner ruffs, and partner obliges by pushing a trump through. The queen of hearts, in fact. Well, declare wins the ace. We follow low. And declare now leads a low spade out of hand. Perfect. We know exactly what to do. We win this trick, and then we pull another round of trumps, and uh-oh. Wait, partner played the jack of spades on this trick. Why'd partner do that? Well, partner next tries to cash the ace of clubs. That gets ruffed. Now declare ruffs a spade. Partner's ace falls. Declare cashes the club king, although the queen of diamonds would have been just as good to pitch their spade loser. We get the king of hearts, but that's the end of the deal. 3 hearts doubled, making 3. So let's go back and reveal all of the hands. These were all of the hands on this deal. And we can talk a little bit about the auction, but once again, that's not the main purpose of this video, so I'm going to quickly go over it. A diamond and 2 clubs are very natural bids. West 3 hearts, a bit aggressive, but it teams favor, well, no one vulnerable, West being non-vulnerable, decent shape, and the fact that West might expect the opponent to have a club fit, which is a little bit hard to uncover in these 2/1 auctions. West judged to enter the auction with a preempt, which makes some sense. A little bit of extra shape, 7-4 as well. Both North and South could be bidding 3 no trump on their cards. North's pass and South's double are pretty sensible, and North choosing to sit the double all makes sense. I mean, from South's perspective, they could be off the entire heart suit. There's no guarantee that North has a heart stopper. And while South could balance 4 clubs, 11 tricks is pretty far away as well. So everyone did something reasonable in the auction. This is just where we ended up. The other table did manage to reach 3 no trump on the North-South cards, and they made quite a few tricks with the king of clubs on side. But what ended up happening on this deal? So after the jack of diamonds lead, declare won. And maybe we could make an argument for declare just pulling trumps immediately. I will note that the declare on this deal was not one of the strongest players in the event, so they can kind of be forgiven for not finding a line of play that gets them out for down 1 immediately and giving up this diamond ruff. But pulling trumps immediately would have been the way to get out for down 1. Trumps split, although declare doesn't know that to begin with, and they would just end up losing 4 spades. If the defense manages to untangle the spade suit, which is not necessarily going to be that easy, North will be able to win the second heart, and if North plays a club through, declare can just ruff and then cash a couple of diamonds, and once again find their way up to 9 tricks. So it's not all that simple for the defense to cash 4 spades. North will have to lead a low spade from king, queen, 4th, and South will need to win the ace and cash the jack, unblocking the suit, before playing another spade over. But that was not the play chosen. So declare led a spade from dummy. And in this occasion, I was actually the one sitting South. And I had a decision to make on this trick. I'm going to quickly go over the thought process for why I played low, but ultimately, at the end of the day, these decisions as a defender, you don't get an infinite amount of time to think about it. You also don't get very much time at all. You can't really pause in the middle of a trick for 3 minutes, 4 minutes to think about what you're doing on the deal and then play low, right? I mean, it's not as if partner isn't sure that you have the ace of spades. They're pretty likely to work that out themselves. But this gives away a lot of unauthorized information. If you're going to think for quite some time as South, you pretty much have to play the ace of spades here. And I think this is just a big no-no on this hand in particular. I mean, especially because if we look at what Gibbs says, the only way to beat the contract 2 tricks is for us to duck the spade. Now, I gave brief consideration to putting in the jack of spades here, because I, as South, actually had worked out ahead of time that this Crocodile Coup, as we'll see in just a minute, that's the name of what happened to North on this deal, was going to happen to us. but I was hoping that partner could work out what to do. Eventually, I just settled on kind of the simple solution, which is that I want partner to win the trick, so I'm not going to go out of my way to try and play a high card on this trick. If I had played the jack of spades, it's so early in the deal, partner might think that I'm trying to get in to play a trump through or something and might let me win the trick. And we can see here that if I play the jack of spades, partner actually has to overtake with the king or queen to give me a diamond ruff. Now, would he do that? Maybe. But there's another subtle reason why maybe the jack of spades is not the best card to play on this trick, and I'll get to that in just a second. So instead, on the 2 spades lead from dummy, I played low. Declare elected to put up the 10. They didn't have to, but this did make the defender's job a little bit more challenging because now North actually doesn't know where the jack of spades is. We're playing upside down count attitude, so it's possible that the 6 of spades is, for example, ace 6-3 or ace 6-5 from North's perspective. North won the spade queen, gave the diamond ruff, and here is South. I can kind of see what we're supposed to be doing. I want to pull trumps. I want partner to win the next spade. So I switch to the queen of hearts. Declare wins the ace, and then plays a spade. And this is into the jaws of the crocodile, getting the name of the coup. Because if North plays low, as they did, the 8 of spades doesn't win the trick. South is forced to overtake, and now there's nothing South can do. It doesn't matter if you play back the ace of spades or the ace of clubs. Declare gets their ruff and has access to dummy's queen of diamonds, which is otherwise stranded, to pitch their other spade loser. So it didn't matter what South did at this point in the play. But instead, if North were to hop up with the king of spades, felling partner's jack, then North can cash the king of hearts. And now North can play almost anything in their hand, but let's say they just play a spade, South wins the ace, and now South can get out the ace of clubs. It doesn't help Declare to pitch their spade loser on this trick, so Declare will ruff, and eventually North will score the 9 of spades for down 2. Not necessarily making up for North-South's game, but would hold the loss to only a handful of imps. The problem with this is that what happens if West had actually started with Jack 10 4th of spades? Well, in that case, if North were to go up with the king of spades, South would follow with a low one. So pretend that Declare still has Jack doubleton of spades in this case. North could pull the king of hearts, or pull around to trumps with the king of hearts. But then when North played back a spade, it would set up West Jack, and North-South would only beat the contract 1 trick. So instead, in that case, North actually should be playing the 8 of spades or the 9 of spades on this trick. So South could, in theory, play the jack of spades on the first round of spades. Let's head all the way back to trick 2, kind of clarifying that to North, right? So we might think that play the jack of spades, North can overtake, give the diamond ruff, and play proceeds in exactly the same fashion, but now because North knows that South has the jack of spades, they'll know what to do on the second round. Isn't that right? Well, in this position, West exits the 5 of spades, North wins the 8. But what if South had started with ace jack 10 third in the spade suit? Things get more complicated, right? Because if South had started with ace jack 10 of spades, then once again, North would have to perform the crocodile coup by playing the king on this trick and not the 8. So this goes back a little bit to defensive agreements, defensive carding, and I can't imagine that this is a situation that any expert players have ever discussed. But I would be curious what people's thoughts are about what spade South should be playing from a variety of different holdings in this case. Because from ace jack 10, South will have to play the jack or 10 on the first round, and North will then have to overtake the first round and perform the crocodile coup on the second round to make sure that North-South get 4 spade tricks and that North gets in to pull trumps. From ace jack small, South can play either the jack or a small one, but then the question is, what's the difference between that and ace jack 10 holding? And additionally, what's the difference between that and ace 10 third? For example, if South had ace 10 third, then they would need to stick in the 10 on the first round, North would overtake, and then North could win the 9 on the second round. But South could have ace jack 10, so North might need to perform the Crocodile Coup. Anyway, I think this is getting very circular, and we're probably not going to make a ton of progress, so I think I'm going to end the discussion here for this video, but I wanted to present a very fascinating defensive problem that was faced by my partnership side, which we did not get correct at the table, and point out that, you know, there was a lot to think about for both North and South on hands like these. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Take care, and I will see you next time.